there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Build Tips and Tricks with me, Memo Cool Girl. And today we are on a sort of weird part of Build Tips and Tricks. This is a bit that not many people understand at all. So I've come here to this little sort of castle build thing that I've been working on, and this episode is going to be about colours. Like a colour palette of blocks that you need to choose. Now, I normally work with dark colours and light colours because they contrast with each other. But for this build, I guess I didn't really go for that. But over here is one of my old houses, which I used light, like sandstone type block, and then spruce, very dark. But what I'm essentially trying to get at is that your blocks have to contrast with each other. If they don't, if they clash, your build won't look right. It's all well and good you can build a wall, but it's not good if you don't know what colours to pick, because sometimes that can be the hardest part. So today I'm going to show you some colours that work very well together, and I'm going to show you how to build them and like interpret them into a wall. So I'm going to start off with the dark and light method. So I'm going to go for some spruce wood, maybe some birchwood. Let's go for birchwood. We're also going to need some birchwood stairs. Those are quite helpful. And let's go for some cobblestone. Maybe just stone bricks. Okay. Anything like this will work. So we're going to put a back layer to the wall first, like this. And these are what I call layered walls, because obviously they have various amount of layers. And you can carve into the wall, make a pattern and things. It's pretty good. Oh, didn't mean to place that there. What's this dark oak? Where's spruce? I think they've changed the texture on the top. I was so confused there. Okay, there we go. Now that is a really basic wall. And then even if we just do something like that, it already like got some sort of detail. I tend to put this like stairs there, so it looks like it's actually like linked to the floor. This is what I've done with basically all of my builds. It just makes it look a bit more like a wall. Then you can take away this layer and just start again. But basically, you're just trying to create some sort of pattern with the blocks that you've chosen. Now these blocks, I'm not sure if they work particularly well together, but they're not like terrible. There we go. One wall. Doesn't this look so much better than just a wall like this? That is a wall. That is a wall with a bit of detail. And contrasting colours. The colours that go together. So some other colours that can go out together. Obviously you can see over here I've got some spruce wood planks, some spruce wood logs, and some stone bricks. And then I've sort of contrasted a little bit with some cobblestone and these trapdoors, which sort of bring out the edges of the logs. So you can't see the edges of the logs because the trapdoors are covering them. And some other colours that can go well. If you're trying to make a colourful build, maybe interpret like blue, like this. Then you want to put a layer of blue down. Like, this can be any shape. Like, if you're making a circle, the same thing applies. Just make the circle with a layer of, like, whatever colour you want to be, like, sort of smaller details. And then make the outside a different colour, like this. And then you can dig into that, like that. Even something like that just looks great. This the same what I did with these roofs. Okay, so we're back at this little build. It's sort of a new one of mine. It's sort of going to be a water town. Now I've used stone brick as like a sort of base for all of this, and then I have contrasted cyan wool with lapis. So there's sort of like a darker blue and a lighter blue, and it sort of works. I mean, I'm quite happy with it, but there was a little bit too much blue, so I put some cobble walls in, which are pretty good. Something like this looks quite good. And you can see I've applied the rule where the inside is using like using the colour that you want on the inside to detail, and then the outside is using the blocks. That's how I started, was with the basic wall of just blocks, and it ended up like that. And then I've got a little wall over here that sort of shows you how the circle developed. So at the back I've got just a wall of cyan wool, and then at the front I had a wall of stone bricks, and then I added these chiseled stone bricks for a little extra detail. You can still add things like buttons tend to look great, or even levers look pretty good as well. If you're using wood and stone, levers tend to look amazing. Even if you're not, I mean, it's got a little bit extra detail already, and it just adds something to the build. Like, from up close it probably won't look too great. From far away it's gonna look amazing. So that's a quick wall sort of tutorial that I've given you today. Contrasting blocks was the main sort of key element of this, and just to recap some contrasting blocks. So I'm going to take the woods, because most people use wood for their build. By the way, never use jungle wood, it looks crap. But yeah, most people use wood for their build, which I don't have anything against. Wood looks great. Apart from jungle wood, I hate that so much. Why do people use jungle wood? It really bothers me. But some good contrasting blocks are never the actual, like, if I was putting that with its original log, it doesn't look too bad. A cacao wood. But I think it would look better with maybe something like that. It gives it more of a sort of darker feel, if you get me there. And then if you're using like a darker log, like this spruce, then you should use a lighter block, like birch, or like oak. Anything that's like a darker log needs to go with a lighter brick, and a darker wood needs to go with a lighter log. It's sort of a contrasting concept. So I have been Memo or whatever, and I hope you enjoyed this little sort of build tips and tricks episode. It's not really like a great one, but it's something essential that most builders leave out till the very end. So they've got a very good idea in their mind of what they're going to build, but they don't have colours. It's quite a hard thing to get at, like the concept of colours. Sometimes you want to use like wool, it doesn't look too great. But thanks for watching anyway, guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.